In this video, we will be covering hicksian method to isolate income effect and substitution effect of price change. Now, as we know that the price change have two components, substitution effect and income effect. The substitution effect involves the substitution of good 1 for good 2 or vice versa due to a change in relative prices of the two goods. The income effect results from an increase or decrease in the consumer's real income or purchasing power as a result of the price change. The sum of these two effects is called the price effect. Now, this impact of price change can be studied with two methods, hicksian method and Substitution method. In this video, we will cover only the hicksian method for income and substitution effect. Now, as we know from our previous knowledge that in the given diagram, the optimal bundle is EA on indifference curve L1 because here the indifference curve is tangent to budget line. Now, if there is a fall in the price of good X1, the budget line pivots out from P as the price of good X1 has fallen. Now, the total price effect will be XA to XB after the pivot, after the fall in the price of good X. When the budget line pivots out, the new optimum will be at EB. So this movement from EA to new optimum EB, which results in change in demand for X1 from XA to XB. This whole thing is the price effect. Now let's see how hicksian method studies these two effects. To isolate the substitution effect, first we need to think that what would the consumer's optimal bundle be if he faced the new lower price for X1 but experienced no change in real income. So that is a kind of assumption, because if there is a drop in price, the real income will obviously increase, but in this case we are just assuming that there is no change in real income. So this amounts to returning the consumer to the original indifference curve L1. So we are back on L1. Now we will draw a line parallel to the new budget line and tangent to the old indifference curve, which is this green line. The new optimum on L1 is at EC. The movement from EA to EC, the increase in quantity demanded from XA to XC, is solely in the response to a change in relative prices and not in response to change in real income. So we are just considering change in relative prices, due to which the consumer has now moved from XA to XC. This is substitution effect. We are moving along the same indifference curve from EA to EC. Now we have isolated this substitution effect. Now we will see the remaining effect, the income effect. To isolate the income effect, look at the remainder of the total price effect. This is due to a change in real income. The remainder of the total effect is due to a change in real income. The increase in real income is evidenced by the movement from L1 to L2. Since real income has changed, the budget line has shifted outwards. So this shows that there is a change in real income. So this is income effect under hicksian method. So these are the two effects, substitution effect and income effect under hicksian method. For substitution effect, we moved from XA to XC on the x-axis and from EA to EC on the indifference curve L1. And for the remainder effect, the income effect, we moved from XC to XB on the x-axis and from EC on L1 to EB on L2. Now, after looking at this hicksian analysis of income and substitution effect, let's see how we derive a hicksian demand curve. This is a very short intro to hicksian demand curve. Now, we usually draw this Marshall demand curve. Marshall demand curve basically is due to the whole effect, the whole price change, the whole price effect from A to B. And hicksian demand curve only shows the movement of the consumer from A to C as a response to fall in price of good x from P1 to P1 star. So hicksian or the compensated demand curve cannot be upward sloping. The substitution effect cannot be positive, as this demand curve is just showing the substitution effect, so it cannot be upward sloping like any other demand curve. So this was just the hicksian analysis of income and substitution effect. In our next video, we will also cover the Slutsky effect or the Slutsky method of income and substitution effect. Thank you.